You know something before I start this? This is literally like the 4th recording that I've done of this video. And last time I was a bit nicer, you know, just calmly, a little bit of rage, but, you know. But this right here, what happened yesterday, quite literally yesterday, about this topic, I'm gonna still try to control my rage as much as possible, but it's fucking ridiculous, YouTube. What the fuck? If you don't know what I'm talking about from yesterday, if you don't know what happened yesterday, Team 4-Star, the guys behind Dragon Ball Z Abridged, their account got terminated because of copyright infringement. After how many, I even made a post on it on Facebook, after how many years, how many views, and all of a sudden, the content, the account, it's terminated, it's gone, because copyright infringement. Are you kidding? After all... Like, seriously, how... YouTube, your copyright system is broken, okay? Let's just face it. Your copyright system is broken. Okay, by the way, hello. I'm Eric Casey on Dreammaker Productions, on this channel, Dreammaker Productions. And basically I'm making this video in a response to Team 4-Star getting terminated and Doug Walker's Where's the Fair Use video. Because, let me just say it right now, okay? My YouTube channel, I'm a nobody. I don't have an audience. I have 170 something subscribers. Pretty much all of them are friends of mine. So I'm not one of the big YouTubers out there. I'm not. Okay, I'm just simply not. My content roughly jumps from voice acting to movie reviews to video gaming until I made my gaming YouTube channel, which also has the same fucking problems, and also time. But anyway, the point is here, I'm making this video as a response to Doug Walker's Where the Fair Use video because YouTube's just deciding you're terminated, you're a copyright claim, but it's been like YouTube's copyright system has been bad for years. Everyone on YouTube knows this. Whether you're as big as Doug Walker or if you're as small and as tiny as I am on YouTube, everyone knows YouTube's copyright system is absolute balls. It's terrible. It's god awful, and we've been dealing with it for years. It's ridiculous how the system works. Basically, any company that has had like in simplest of terms, basically the copyright system runs like this, okay? Basically, if you make content, let's just say a movie review. I'll give my review of The Happening for an example because this is an interesting story actually regarding to the copyright stuff. Okay, so basically, I've gotten like hit with this video like 30 times with copyright claims, all with visual content, all with music content, etc., etc. If you were one of the 1,000 people that saw my Happening review, you would see, basically I did it to make some references, maybe for some parody use, but for the most part I was expressing my opinion on the movie The Happening and everything. And so, the way the copyright system works is basically whenever you upload a video, there's this robot thing that YouTube has that's built into the system where basically they're in line with the conglomerate companies, the companies like Sony, Microsoft, let's just say Microsoft, Nintendo, Disney, like all these big name companies that have intellectual property out there, So whenever you upload a video, it goes through this filter, like this system, and this system is basically like a flag check thing, the way I describe it. That's the way I describe it. And what it does is it matches your visual content and your audio content and goes through this whole thing that the companies provide, because basically the companies upload what is considered a copyrighted material, and basically the companies do this for everything. You know, every single intellectual property that they have, apparently, it's uploaded onto this server thing that, you know, basically content checks your content as the creator. And so, as a result, if anything matches up, ba-bang, you get hit with a copyright claim. And if you get hit with 3 of those, then you get a DMCA takedown. And if you basically, there's 2 penalties, 2 types of penalties for copyright. The copyright claim, which is basically just a normal copyright claim, where some content matches with the content provided, and you know, that company that owns that fucking content can put ads on it if they want, or tell you to take it down if they want. Then there's the takedown copyright claim, which means you have to take this video down. Otherwise, you get like a flag on your YouTube channel, and it's basically called a DMCA takedown, which means you're required to take it down, and your YouTube has a strike. And if you get 3 strikes, your account is terminated. So, Team 4-Star, under fair use, since they're making a parody of something that already exists, and not only that, they pretty much have made their own thing out of Team 4-Star. The only thing that isn't theirs, technically, is, you know, the actual footage being used. But they're voice acting the characters, they're, you know, special effects, editing, etc., to make the jokes work. It's original content. It's original content, and you're experiencing something in a different perspective. It's a transformative work of Dragon Ball Z. One of the voice actors on Team 4-Star works for Funimation, and not even that. Fucking A. The guy who voices Vegeta, Frank Sambot. I can't pronounce his last name, but Frank, who's the voice of Vegeta, posted a tweet saying, "This is a dark day." Basically saying, YouTube, you done fucked up. From the Prince of All Saiyans, you fucked up big time. Since Frank didn't say it himself, I did my own impression of Vegeta, because I like Vegeta and I used to do his voice acting. Not I used to do his voice acting, but when I was playing with action figures, I used to voice Vegeta action figures. Point is, I think I do a decent Vegeta, but whatever. Team 4-Star is gone now. Just a week or 2 ago, Doug Walker, the guy who I'm kind of responding to in this video, he lost 3 weeks of revenue because of this, and he lost 3 weeks of financial gain possibly because of the whole copyright bullshit that's going on, where just popular channels left and right are getting hit with copyright claims. Oh yeah, I kind of got sidetracked. I said that to make a point, but I got to get back to the happening review. But basically, okay, so my happening review. I'll bring up some pictures right here, but as you can see, this is basically what my happening review looks like under the copyright claim. So as you can see, I have 2 copyright claims. The first one is visual content, and I'll even put it in this video because it's fair use, okay? Basically I was making a point where M. Night Shyamalan in the beginning of the film, when the people are killing themselves, I made a point that M. Night Shyamalan should show some of the people getting killed, because this is terrifying, this is scary. People are just stopping in the middle of the streets and killing themselves, okay? And the way the scene is executed, you hear shit going on in the background, but you don't see it in the actual film. And it's just this one specific character just looking around like, all scared and shit. Basically, and not only being, you know, scared, not my over-the-top acting, but she's basically giving concerned, scared looks at the camera, and she's basically asking questions. Is that blood? Are those people killing themselves? basically explaining what's happening to the people that we're not seeing. The stuff that we want to fucking see. And then I made a comparison to this parody horror to this parody of a horror scene trailer that I found on YouTube, which I remember watching way back when. I was like, this is a really funny video. This is great. And I used it because I just freaking loved it, and I thought it was a great comparison. I was making a point, and it falls under fair use because I only used one little section. And the way the sequence plays out is that this girl is running from the evil killer, and she gets stuck in a room, and then she turns to the audience and says, "What should I do? Should I escape through this window or fight him off with a knife?" And the point of it was that the character was explaining what could potentially happen before it happens. And by resulting, you're killing all suspense and tension in the scene by just having the character explain it when you could visually show it without saying a single word. It's so much more interesting when you see it happening, when you see the horrible thing. Or if you don't show it, basically don't make any mention to it. Just have her just freak out with sounds in the background. Anyway, Cinema Critic opening up a little bit there. But anyway, the point that I'm making is that literally it's just that one sequence, and the company. My phone's going off now. You know what? Fuck it. I don't care. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Basically, the company or the YouTube channel that owns that made that trailer actually put a copyright claim on my review. I'm like, for one sequence, for just one little sequence, and they put it on there. I couldn't believe it. This is how broken YouTube's system is. And the worst part of it too is that it goes beyond even, what the problems that I have. Like, basically these, some people who do movie reviews and provide copyrighted material to do their create their content, whether it be in AMVs or movie reviews, etc., etc. Basically these intellectual properties and their copyright, they're not their copyright, but the ownership of the rights of that intellectual property, they're constantly changing between companies. Just recently, Funimation, in the anime industry, Funimation's losing the intellectual rights of Full Metal Alchemist. Which means, basically, it's a free agent and anybody can pick up its rights. And, like, if I put in the money, I could own the rights to Full Metal Alchemist. But the thing is, in that, when it becomes like a free agent type of thing where you can purchase the rights, sometimes Full Metal Alchemist gets picked up by like a third party for like 5 seconds. And then they lose the rights, and then it goes on to another legit, The point is that sometimes there are companies that just jump in and own the right for like 2 seconds or like a month or whatever for a very short amount of time, and then it moves on just because of lawyers not playing nice or some kind of contract obligation or something. The point is that this stuff, these companies can pick up these rights sometimes. And not even pick it up, they owned it for like a couple seconds. And these are the type of companies that are putting the copyright claims. That's why YouTubers get so many copyright claims, because not only are the big companies doing it, but the smaller third parties that own the freaking rights to it for like 2 seconds are putting copyright claims on it and trying to squeeze revenue out of you for putting ads on your video. This is how broken the copyright system is. I'm really curious who filed the complaint. If any human actually filed the complaint that terminated Team 4 Star's content. I wonder if it's from Funimation, because, or at least the robot that Funimation provided, the robot that Funimation provided the content where it went through and it saw that match content with Dragon Ball Z. This is ridiculous, YouTube. Now, basically what I'm trying to get at with this video, not only as a response to Doug Walker, but ask the question, where's the, not even just where the fuck is the fair use, but the thing is, these companies, they're terrified of fucking competition. They're scared of competing because they're up there on their high horse. They think that they're king of King Tut Fuck You Mountain because we have all the money. They're sitting on top of their ivory towers of money, and they just don't want it to stop coming in. And they're afraid of, they're fucking afraid of competition. They're afraid of people not working for them, giving them, working for them and making them money. They hate the idea that you can go on YouTube and start up your own business by providing content, whether it be like, for video games where you're a good and talented commentator while playing video games, or doing movie reviews, or fuck, in my case, I started Dreammaker Productions back in high school because basically I did it, of course, I didn't start it because I wanted to become the next big thing on YouTube. I didn't start it because of the money possibilities. I'm not even in the career that I'm chasing because of those things. I don't want to be the most famous person ever. Being famous scares me, by the way. But anyway, the point is that I didn't do that for any of that gain. I started YouTube back in high school. I started this channel that you're watching this video on right now, Dreammaker Productions, back in high school, because it was an outlet. It was a place for me to just showcase my content out there and just get feedback. And on top of that too, the reason why I was making the content that I was, like the happening review, some voice acting stuff, was because I just wanted an excuse to experiment, because I was pursuing a career in film and I wanted to kind of test out and see what I could do. Basically experiment and see what I could do as a filmmaker in every aspect of the process in creating content as a filmmaker. Sure, the stuff that I did was basically ripping off other people, voice acting content that's already been made. I tried to redo the entire opening to Batman Arkham Asylum. My happening review is plagued with comments saying that I ripped off the nostalgia critic Doug Walker, which is true. But I personally believe that, for you to kind of get started, sometimes you do have to, see. The point that I did with the happening review was because the reason why I ripped off Doug Walker was because I wanted to see if I could actually do a video in the style of Doug Walker. It was semi-intentional. I wanted to see if I could produce that kind of content in my own way, because Doug Walker is super successful. He's super famous from the Nostalgia Critic, and if I was able to execute something similar to it, well, that's a good confidence booster on my end, I just did it for a confidence boost that, I was able to create this review with some really funny jokes, and because some of the jokes I had visions for, like I knew this is one of the jokes I really wanted to do, like the Where's Shyamalan doing the Waldo reference joke in the happening review that I had. Basically how I executed it, that was my exact vision. I managed to get my exact vision onto the screen, and I'm really proud of that. But what I'm getting at here is basically my original intention of Dreammaker Productions. I ask, as a content creator, how is a content creator in not only, even disregarding like the bigger YouTubers like that are successful, how can content creators, like in my case where we're just fucking nobodies, how can we get on the scene? How can we, take advantage of YouTube just like how Doug Walker and Team 4-Star and PewDiePie and all those guys, how can we take advantage of the YouTube craze? Because for me, honestly, I haven't been that motivated to do it because of the fact of the constant copyright claims. Not only, all the constant comments that, you rip this off and, you're a talentless hack, who's terrible at voice acting the Joker. How many copyright claims can you take? I've gotten so many. I'm a nobody and I've gotten so many. Literally every single video has a copyright claim in some way, and some of them, granted, they deserve to be there, like my not happening, but the Twilight and Valhalla Rising reviews. They have copyrighted material, I'll admit it. Before I knew what fair use and copyright was, I did try to dispute it because I thought it was bullshit. But I agree with you. I haven't disputed it since. But my happening review, I made specifically. I deleted the original video and re-uploaded it to attest to your fucking copyright claims, and it still is getting fucking copyright claims for bullshit reasons, and I'm sick and fucking tired of it. How is a content creator supposed to take advantage of YouTube in providing in putting themselves out there and showcasing their material and talent in whatever they're doing, whether it be movie reviews or editing or filmmaking, cinematography, etc., etc. You add a song, copyright claim, copyright claim, copyright claim. I've been doing content. How long until the people that I kind of work with now, that I give some of my free time to, called Toonami Squad. We started a website. Some of my friends on Twitter. We started a website called Toonami Squad. All I've been doing is literally copying the Toonami broadcast that happens on Adult Swim every Saturday night at midnight. How long until Toonami Squad and Toonami Faithful's YouTube channel gets cut off from YouTube because we're literally uploading content provided on live right from the broadcast, and the visuals that we use. How long is that gonna last until we get fucking terminated? How can us content creators create our content? How can we that's the thing. Us, I don't even think we want to compete, but unintentionally we are. And the companies just have come in. We're not trying. Honestly, we're not trying to compete with you. YouTubers want to appeal to their niche, of supporters and followers and subscribers. We're not trying to take you down, big companies. We're not trying to steal from you. We're not these fucking criminals that you think we fucking are. Come on. We're fucking nobodies. Okay, compared to you. Let's just face it, Channel Awesome, Doug Walker, he's a fucking nobody compared to Disney or Sony or Paramount and Lionsgate and all these fucking big name companies. Where's the harm? You uploaded I get the harm if you upload the entire video onto YouTube, but where's the harm in AMVs and fucking movie reviews and parodies of movies and stuff? Bad lip syncing uses visual content from everything, and it's just them dubbing over things. That's it. Where's the fair use? Okay, this is my last point, alright? And then I'm done. I use this same movie in the last movie, in the last video that I'm not gonna upload, that you're never gonna see. But basically, here's my last point, okay? This is the thing that I want to bring up with copyright. Originally, I agree. Initially, I hated copyright flat out, entirely. But as the years progress, I've gotten over it, okay, a little bit. I'm more accepting to copyright claims now. I think the creator needs to be protected in some way when he creates content. Totally understandable. I get it. I do. But it draws a line, however, when basically, I think unless you upload a video entirely or you misrepresent the material used. So like if I use Inglorious Bastards and I cut together a film of a propaganda song, or not, or if I cut together a propaganda video that supports Adolf Hitler. Let's just say with the content in Inglorious Bastards, I did that, and I was able to create and edit a propaganda film for Adolf Hitler or the Nazi movement, whatever. Okay, I can kind of understand that being copyright claim, because that's misrepresenting of the material. Quentin Tarantino, I don't think, agrees with the Nazi movement. Obviously, I think that would be a copyright claim because you're misrepresenting the material. But I do believe, however, we have to define what is considered, what is considered transformative works rather than misrepresentation of works. Because this is a fine line. Team 4-Star could be considered a misrepresentation of the original material or a transformative version of the original material. It could fall in either way, and we have to put in places where we can define these a little more clearly so the YouTubers aren't getting fucked over. And I believe, but just as a whole, I believe that I have this copy here of Super 8 in the case, the DVD, etc. Okay, I went to the store and I bought this. I put down my cash, I gave the cashier his money. Equivalent exchange, as they would say in Full Metal Alchemist. I own this. I own this case, I own the DVD, and in a sense, I own the content provided on the DVD. And I should be allowed, I think, since I put the cash, equivalent exchange, I own what's in here, I think I have the right to do whatever the fuck I want with it. I could throw it in my toilet and flush it down. I could stomp on it. I could throw it at my television screen. I could throw it out the window. I could put it in my DVD and watch it. I could put it in my computer and watch it. And I believe, since I own this DVD, I feel like I should be allowed to copy the material, edit it together in my own creative, when the creative juices are flowing and I get inspired by something, I would want to get the footage I need and cut together something cool. I mean, the opportunity for the next, for content creators and, the next big filmmakers you have the opportunity to come through YouTube. YouTube's a great place to showcase your work. Any one of your videos could go viral. It's the perfect place for people's film reels to really get noticed, but we're not taking advantage of that. Instead, companies are squashing those people. YouTube has an opportunity to make the film industry more easily accessible and easier to get into for up and coming content creators. I just finished film school. Where do I go from there? It's almost nearly impossible to get into the film industry. I need friends to. The most common thing that I hear in what you find out in film school is that basically you get in because of the people that you meet. And since then I have been listening to a lot of behind the scenes works of like famous directors and stuff. A lot of people have similar stories. Steven Spielberg got in because he got introduced by this guy. J.J. Abrams worked with Spielberg when he was a kid. When Abrams, I think, was in film school, he cut together Spielberg's old Super 8 films. J.J. knew Spielberg before Spielberg. But the thing is, YouTube gives content creators the ability to maybe skip that skip and, instead of finding a person, they get noticed all on their own. And that is happening in a sense. Doug Walker says it. He doesn't consider himself a filmmaker. I consider you a filmmaker, Doug. That's just my personal opinion. Do you, man? I mean, you know. But the point is that these guys, and even myself, YouTube has this great opportunity, and the problem is, companies are scared. They're scared of the potential. They're scared of competing. They want the money. They're all about the fucking money, and when will you stop fucking worrying about the money? Money doesn't make everything. Well, it does. But money isn't everything, okay? To us, creating content is what we do. This is what we love. For me personally, that is what I love. I love telling stories. I love creating characters. I love experiencing and capturing moments. Okay? I like expressing myself. But the problem is, I have grown up in a society where I have to sit down, shut up, and listen to what society has to tell me what to do. Okay? Basically, the establishment is the establishment, and we have to fucking roll with it because we can't speak up loud enough in order to criticize the fucking establishment. Okay? I'm so sick of what's been established and just I'm just so sick of just the nobodies having no say anymore, having no ability to feel confident in themselves that they can express themselves and confidently express themselves. It has literally taken me my entire life to get to this point, being semi-confident in myself right now and screaming into this camera to make my point known. That this fucking fair use is ridiculous. We have grown up in a society that we're constantly being told what not to do, what you're allowed to do, what you have to do. You have to do this at this certain time, otherwise this won't happen, because that's just how it is, and you just have to deal with it. And it's just it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. Again, how me personally, I would prefer that I would be able to support myself through the content that I make. Okay? I don't want to work for those fucking companies that tell me what to fucking do, that I have to manipulate and change things because they want to save a couple $1,000 or basically completely change an entire story because they are the fucking ones with the fucking money. Okay? I just want to create things. And if I have to create other people's things, that's fine too. But when these companies are purposely taking advantage of you and have basically corrupted the system so it just benefits them their fucking selves instead of benefiting not only themselves but maybe us as well, well then fuck you. Where's the fucking fair use here? Okay? If you create content and you put it out there, you fucking put it out there. Things are gonna fucking happen that are out of your control. Stop trying to control everybody. Stop trying to control everybody. You are a fucking liar if you say you have copyright in place to protect the original creators and the intellectual property. It is horseshit and bullshit because you're not protecting the material. You're just doing it because you want fucking money. That's everything to you companies and that's everything. That's all you do. That's why you never leave. That's why you try to milk as much shit as possible. That's why we have constant remakes, because we're just, that shit made money. Let's see if we can make more money from it. Take a fucking risk. Let someone try to do something unique and different. Be more fucking open-minded. Okay? Let the content grow. Stop trying to stifle it so it just benefits yourselves, companies. YouTube. fucking get your shit together. Fucking, we need to fix the system, and we need to start a dialogue. Okay? I'm sorry I'm shouting. I'm sorry I'm angrily doing this. I'm trying to be civil here, but this has just gone on for too damn long. And it's time for a change. It's time to open up some dialogue so the content creators on YouTube and the big companies can have some kind of closure to this, so we can have some kind of understanding, so we're not constantly getting copyright claim, copyright claim, copyright claim. Can we try to negotiate? You know, those things that politicians are supposed to do but never fucking do? You know, open up some dialogue, try to come to an understanding, try to come to a fucking agreement. Remember when debates are basically just trying to come to an agreement? Compromises and shit. You remember that? No one does that anymore. The laws are broken. No, they're not broken, but they're out of date. They're clearly out of date. We have evolved past what the established rules are, and we need to do something about it, because this is not fair. This isn't fair this is only fair to the companies, and it's not fair to content creators like me, big or small. YouTube has so much potential for people like me, nobodies, to either get their content out there, to get noticed by big companies, or start up their own business and establish their own audience that way. The system is just so hard and so expensive that content creators like me that are just trying to get by with a part-time job, it's impossible. And YouTube could be a scapegoat where some things could grow from that. Content creators on YouTube and big fucking fat money hungry companies, we should be all working together to help each other out. It's either compete with us, or we could help you. I end this video saying this. Hashtag, where's the goddamn fair use? Where's the fair use, YouTube? Where's the fair use, companies? Hashtag WFTU. Yeah, hashtag WFTU. Hashtag WTFU. Hashtag, where's the fair use? We could find it, but are you guys willing to find it?